Hey, that's right. We're back again with another episode of Comida Latina, Comida Criolla with your chef Raul. Guys, you're not going to believe what I found. I found the sweetest little honey hole in the world. But guess where we're at? That's right. We're in the Bronx, New York. We're at PMD, New York. Pitorro City. Oh my God, you're not going to believe this. This is what I grew up on. We're actually in a distillery here in the Bronx. They're making original Pitorro. Guys, you're in for a treat. Stand by. We'll be seeing you real soon. Check it out. I'm here with Bill, the owner of PMD New York. Guys, I told you you're in for a treat today. Hey Bill, thanks for having me. How's it going today?
My pleasure. We're doing good.
Thank you. Tell me a little bit about what's going on here. We're at this great bar. I know that we're doing some real down-home Puerto Rican stuff.
That's right.
And it's called Pitorro, right?
It's called Pitorro.
And Pitorro is moonshine for those out there that really don't know what it is.
Pitorro is a Puerto Rican moonshine. It's been distilled since the 1700s in Puerto Rico, and we're the first ones doing it legally in the United States.
And you're doing it legally in the United States, not just the Bronx where I grew up, but legally in the United States. Tell me how you made that happen.
A lot of hard work.
Okay.
A lot of paperwork. My partner went in and we were on a vacation in Puerto Rico visiting our family's house, and we were drinking Pitorro, and he was like, you know, we should bring this to New York. We should, you know, try to do it. And we found out that there was an opportunity for legal distilleries in New York State. We just went in, called some lawyers, and started the process.
So obviously, so that the people that don't really know out there is that moonshine is not legal anywhere, but this does not become moonshine anymore. Now we're actually doing it legal because we're helping the farmers. Is that what I understood?
Yep.
Something like that?
We have a Farm D license.
Okay.
Which we have to use New York State farms materials. So we use New York State apples, New York State honey, New York State corn, and the only product that we use that's not New York State is sugar.
Oh, okay. So the only thing we're not using is sugar, but that's something in ingredients to do some fermentation, right?
So we use 75% of our product comes from New York State. Okay,
so then the actual part of it, and it's actually the fruit that actually makes the liquor. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yeah, the fruits and the corn and everything blended together makes our product.
Yeah, you know, I have those kind of stories as well, and it's funny that we talk about that because when I was a little kid, obviously, you know, I grew up in Puerto Rico, and as we were coming up, family made pitorros, but everybody always kept it in the back room. That's right, because that's something that nobody can see out front.
Back or buried.
That's right, or buried under, right? Exactly. So now you guys have broken history and have taken it, and I'm so proud to know that I'm Puerto Rican and that you guys are doing this, and that we actually brought this to the Bronx. And not only that, this is going to go far. This is going to go nationwide. Atlanta, look out, because we're coming soon for you too.
That's right,
okay?
That's right.
And at the same exact time, you guys actually have made your own recipes. You guys have made your own bread. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, we have different, we're the first ones to actually age Pitorro. So we have an añejo. We're the first ones to barrel Pitorro. So we have our aged version of it.
Okay,
It was something that our uncle wanted to do. And just never got the opportunity to do it. So when we were here, you know, we've just been testing. We said, all right, let's try it. Let's go for it.
So this is a family recipe? Is that what I'm understanding?
Yes, it is.
That's a beautiful bottle too. You guys really taking it to another level, right?
Yeah, we wanted to make sure that it appeals to everybody, not only Puerto Ricans. It has to appeal to everybody.
I got you. No, and that's a really smart, you know, business tactic to it as well.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, I remember when I was a kid, we used to use those little Bacardi bottles. You know, the ones that you stick in your back pocket, La Caneca, right?
Yeah.
So now you guys are taking it to like what really looks like moonshine, right?
That's right.
Because it has a little hole and it goes.
Yeah, we wanted to keep it as traditional as possible.
So would it be considered now like a spritz, or what would it be considered?
No. It's definitely a higher proof moonshine.
So it's a higher proof. Where are we at?
We're at 92 proof for our shine. We're at 80 proof for our age.
Wow.
But it's very smooth. You probably won't expect how smooth it is. So you have to taste it.
Well, let's do that. Let's test it out. Okay, that sounds great.
Let's give you the shine glass. We're going to start with our shine.
Okay, so then we have the shine, and the shine is the light, correct?
Yeah, the shine is the light.
Okay, great.
And we're going to go ahead and start that.
So now do I got to like sit back? Am I going to get like thrown back like when I was a kid that, you know, they used to make you eat the fruit when you had a toothache because they had all that liquor inside of it and they made you chew that? And because like I said, te vaya el dental, ¿verdad?
No, you're going to definitely enjoy it.
Oh, I am? Okay, that sounds great. Guys, I'm so excited. I got to tell you, you know, this just took me back to childhood. And even worse, I mean, even better, not worse, but even better is that the fact that we're here in the Bronx, again, doing something that is just authentic to New York, to Puerto Rico, and to Puerto Ricans.
And it's a custom that we drink our own pitorro.
And we drink our own pitorro. Salud.
Salud.
That sounds great. Let's taste this. Wow. That's really smooth. That's some good stuff.
And it's 92 proof.
So now I can take this and I can add other things to it. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, pitorro, history pitorro, when you go to Puerto Rico, they infuse it with different flavors, different fruits. Passion fruit, pineapples. Seafood, they put everything in it.
Seafood? Everything. Did you just say seafood?
They put seafood in it also.
Wow.
So they have, they have pitorro with all different flavors. We have a little section of different flavors.
Okay.
We have pineapple.
Okay.
We have amaretto flavor almonds. We have
amaretto, pineapple,
coconut flavor, honey.
Okay.
Habanero, cinnamon, coffee. We have grandma's recipe, which is prunes, raisins, and a hint of cinnamon. Oh
man, that must be delicious.
We got tamarind.
Oh wow.
And we have ginger.
So the tamarind is tamarindo. Tamarindo, coco, piña, right? Oh wow. I mean, it's just like every kind of fruit that you could possibly.
But those you can only get here.
Now I heard stories a long time ago that people even put meat inside of things like that, and
they put little bits of meat, and they.
When I was a kid, I remember my mother telling me that they used to take the brown paper bag, and the brown paper bag they would put it inside the clear,
right?
And then that's so they could give it color, and then they would pull it out. We can't do that these days, right? Because the health department would get us, right? But that's actually what they did back in the day, long time ago.
To get their color, yes, they did.
That's amazing. That's great.
Did a lot of different things. People take pitorro and they make it their own. So all we're doing is selling them the base.
So we're just selling the base,
and now they'll go home and make it their own.
So can we do the same thing with the añejo?
The age, no. The age you're not gonna infuse. It's just a nicer quality part of pitorro.
Okay, so this is to be like taking like a shot, like a straight shot
on ice. Okay. With Red Bull, with
Oh really? Red Bull. Okay.
Yeah, with whatever you like.
Okay.
This is more like like the cognac guy.
Gotcha.
They'll really enjoy this.
Gotcha. And then the
shine, you can do anything you want.
And this is the one that we're going to infuse different flavors to and go from there.
Absolutely.
Do you think that it would be okay for the audience and for me to take a look at each side and take a look at how you guys actually make this?
Absolutely.
I'm just so intrigued. I'm just so excited about being here.
Absolutely.
I'm honored to be here, and I really want to thank you for having me here.
Pleasure to have you.
Hey guys, we're going to go take a tour of this. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hey, we're back here at PMD New York, the distillery where they are making pitorro. That's right, in the Bronx, New York. And I'm here with the co-owner, Rafael, that's going to tell us a little bit about how the process goes. Rafael, just as I told Bill, thank you for having me. I'm just so honored to be here. Tell me a little bit about what's going on here in the distillery.
Well, here at the distillery, what we do is we make a Puerto Rican moonshine. It's called pitorro, and we make it here at Port Morris, which Port Morris, that's where the PMD New York comes from. Port Morris is the southeast corner of the South Bronx. Oh. This is our warehouse, and in a bit I will be taking Raul on a tour of the warehouse so we can explain the process piece by piece.
Tell me a little bit about what we have right behind us, if you will.
These are American-made oak cast barrels. What we do, since we're not a rum and we're not a whiskey, we actually infuse new and used oak cast barrels, and we age it for more than 9 months. And after the 1 year process, we infuse the alcohol.
So if I understand this correctly, and as wine lovers would know, wine's usually what goes in barrels, right? We have cured barrels, we have barrels that are not cured, made out of oak. It just depends on what we're trying to go. What are you guys doing? What kind of wood do we use? What kind of barrels are these? What exactly is the process while you're putting it inside here? As I remember as a child, we used to infuse everything in bottles. You're going into actual barrels. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, in the process, when about 4 or 5 years ago, when we were coming into the process of creating the distillery, our uncle always wanted to do an añejo version. He wanted to do an aged version of pitorro. So what we did was we hooked up with a whiskey company, a micro distiller just like us in Brooklyn, and we started purchasing his used barrels. At the same time, we started purchasing. So those are, like you said, those are infused already with some whiskey.
Right.
And then we started with American-made new charred.
Okay.
Barrels, and that's how we infuse
uncured ones. Correct. And you're curing them yourself with the pitorro.
The pitorro.
Oh man, that's amazing. Can you give me a tour?
Yes, we can.
That sounds good. Hey guys, let's take a tour of this beautiful distillery here in the Bronx. Check it out. Ralph, Will, tell me about this. I mean, we got fresh apples, we got pineapples, we got... Please, tell me a little bit about what's happening here.
Well, the process of our micro distillery is we have to get our products, like William explained earlier, from New York State Farms. So 75% of our products have to come from New York State Farms. So right here you're seeing the apples. We actually just picked them up today from Sam Scott over at one of the farmers markets in Inwood, New York. We also use honey from Ballard's Honey Company, and our corn comes from Lakeview Organics.
So it's all from New York, it's all farm raised, farm stuff, and that is the opportunity that you guys have been given. So tell me about the process itself. So we know it's coming from the farm, so the reason we use apples is because...
Well, we have to use fruits to do our recipe. Our recipe was brought up through our uncle, the master distiller, and he was tweaking this recipe for many years. So we used
would that be the famous Rafael?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, Rafael Rodriguez.
Rafael Rodriguez, the master distiller of this distillery, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
He's the one that's been teaching us everything we know.
All right.
So what they do is, with the apples, we extract the sugars from the apples and the flavors from the apples. That's it. The honey.
Natural sugars.
Yeah, natural sugars. The honey, we're extracting natural sugars from the honey.
Okay.
And so on with the corn.
Okay.
And so on and so forth. Then we add brown sugar. We don't use molasses because molasses gives you a headache. You know, we can guarantee that our product is not going to give you a headache on the next day. So this is the process that we were able to use, and we can always ensure that we have the same flavor throughout.
Consistency is important, right? Just like as a chef, I got to make sure that every meal comes out the same because people are expecting that to happen. So I'm sure that the same thing with this liquor.
Same thing with this liquor. It's very difficult in a small batch distillery to contain consistency, but we have been able to do that.
And is there a specific kind of fruit that you use? In other words, is it granny apples? Is it red apples? Or just any apples or just
red apples? We try to stay to the same farm so that, you know, we're getting it from the same trees, from the same farm.
These right here are Gala apples. They actually
Gala apples.
Gala number ones. And these are the apples that we've been getting for about the last 2 months. But we have also used different types of apples.
How are they working for you? I mean, do you see a difference when you change apples?
No, we haven't yet. No, we haven't yet.
So it's pretty much the same sugar content. It's about the same levels, and it goes from there. Incredible, man. I'm just so proud of what you guys are doing. Hey,
thank you.
Would you be able to do me a favor and actually show the audience and show everybody exactly how it is that Pitorro's made?
Sure.
Let's go over down to the distillery. This is the old way of doing Pitorro. When I was a little boy, yay high, right? Just as they say, knee high to a grasshopper. This is exactly what I remember. And you guys have actually transported it here, brought it here. What exactly have we done?
It was it's actually fabricated here. We have almost to the point the exact duplicate in Puerto Rico. When Theo came over from Puerto Rico, he designed it, he drew it out. Billy went and fabricated it for him.
Okay.
And since that day, we did some test runs with it just to try to see if we can actually create the Pitorro.
So you guys actually been testing this for a while, and you started with this old-fashioned one, and you've actually created it. Tell me a little bit about what this does and what this is. Is this the barrel and what it goes and where it flows? You know, I'm a chef, but this is a little bit over my head. I need your expertise. Tell me a little bit about it.
Well, this is the kettle.
The kettle.
This is the kettle. This is the pot. This is where it starts cooking.
Okay.
What happens is it starts cooking and starts creating condensation, and then when the condensation, the steam comes up, we capture it here.
Okay.
This is the serpentine where this would drop all the impurities of the alcohol, and then the clean condensation will go into your serpentine, where it mixes in with cold water, and then gets us your alcohol.
So we take the fruit, we cut the fruit, we get the fruit processed, we bring it in here, we start to cook it, we get the actual juices and the condensation that's actually going to flow through, come out, and here we're starting to get a final product.
Exactly.
Is that correct?
Yeah, exactly.
So if I understand right, it's 110, 120 proof when it's coming out that way? Or?
Yeah, we can maximize on this still at the beginning about 147, so about 150 proof.
Wow, that's some strong stuff.
And then from there we blend it down.
And then you go and blend it down, whatever that means to me. I don't know what the blending is. You guys are mixologists. I'm not. So blending means?
Blending means bringing our product down from 142 proof down to 92 proof we want it.
Okay, well that sounds
that's
good.
a secret. We can't tell anybody how we do that.
And we don't want to go there. We don't want the, we don't want the secrets, but we're definitely thankful that you're showing us exactly what you want. But what really intrigued me out of this whole thing is the fact that you've brought this to the new millennium.
Oh,
we are now in the new century, and this is actually ancient.
Oh yeah.
Right?
This is just something that we wanted to do just to show the people where our roots came from.
Correct, absolutely. And you guys have done a great job. I mean, the decor, I feel like I'm a little Puerto Rico, from the outside, and then walking in here, it's like leaving San Juan, walking into a factory, and then we have this great product that you guys are putting out.
Absolutely.
But I think that they're in for a bigger treat. Now we'll show you what the new millennium of making pitorro is, right?
Absolutely.
So let's go over there, let's check it out.
All right.
This is what I call the new millennium. This is amazing. Is this what would be considered the kettle?
Yep, this is actually the
kettle.
This
is the actual kettle. Tell me about how this works.
So we put our mash into the opening here.
Okay.
We turn on our steam.
Okay.
And it starts to boil. It's running right now. So
okay, so we can't do that.
No,
okay, that's right. Okay.
So it starts cooking, and again we get our condensation. And it goes up through these pipes.
Okay.
And we'll come down here.
Okay.
And then it'll start coming through these plates.
All right.
These plates would refine our product. So when people say 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, these are
they're passing it through each time.
They're passing through each plate.
Okay, so each plate actually give you another level
of purity.
Of purity.
Of purity.
So each level starts at the bottom.
It's just refining the product.
Okay, so it's cleaning it up each time better and better and better.
Exactly.
Excellent.
So the more plates you have, the finer of the product you have.
And is this Mr. Rodriguez's design? I mean, is this what he came up with himself?
Absolutely.
And he designed this himself?
Well, he didn't design this. This was brought over from Germany.
Okay, great.
It's a Christian call.
All right.
And we just needed something that was going to continue to evolve and give it the productivity that we needed.
All right. And then I'm assuming that if we move back a little bit here, we're going to be able to see the final product, right?
Absolutely.
So as this is where it's going to come from, and it's going to go from there, then we should be really good.
Yep.
And I'm sure that we'll be seeing some product coming through earlier, because I know you guys have been working hard at trying to get it to go through, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that sounds really good.
Something coming in soon.
All right. So as it's pushing through and as it's going through, it actually filters through the top, and then that gauge there is giving me what?
That's giving you your temperature of the water that's in here.
Okay, what's the temperature got to be at?
Well, you're at, right now, you're at about 40 degrees.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
so there, wow, that's pretty awesome. And it comes out little by little.
It comes out, comes out in spurts, and then it'll start coming out, consistently. So.
Now, if I stuck my finger in there and I actually touched it, it's cold. Ooh, wow, that's some strong stuff.
Yeah. This is probably coming out at about 189 proof right now.
Wow, guys. I think I need to bite this apple a little bit.
Pretty high proof right now.
To me a little bit. Whoa, that's pretty high. So now at this point, then obviously there's a process to bring it down a little bit, because it's actually dangerous to be drinking things at 110% proof, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Well, we bring it down, again, it's a secret that, how we bring it down.
Of course.
Most people bring it down with water.
Okay.
And we have a different way of doing it.
And that's fine. Yeah,
and
absolutely.
if we don't keep it a secret, we won't be successful.
That's right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I got to tell you, you've actually seen this distillery firsthand. The newest and the only Puerto Rican pitorro distillery in New York, in the nation. I mean, it's just the first legal moonshine that you've ever seen. And I've been honored as your chef Raul from Comida Latina to be here with Will and to be there with Ralph and actually be able to actually put this all together and bring it to you in your homes. I really appreciate you guys, and as I always tell you, buen provecho. We'll see you soon. Comida Latina, comida criolla. Talk to you soon. So I hope you guys enjoyed the show this evening. I gotta tell you, here in the Bronx, Comida Latina, comida criolla, right at PMD, New York. You got to check it out next time you come out here. They're off of Bruckner Boulevard, and I promise you that the experience is going to be out of this world. Pitorro of all flavors, but you can take home your own pitorro and make your own flavors. Comida Latina, comida criolla, your chef Raul on ovnlatino.com. Don't forget, check it out. ovnlatino.com. See you. Buen provecho.